start this up. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Oh, wait a minute. I was here this morning saying that to you, too, because now it's Saturday afternoon. 4:30 weather extra edition. And real loud in Huntsville right now. Those of you who live in Huntsville, work in Huntsville, or in the surrounding areas. Some thunder outside last minute, that actually rattled the building a little bit here at the studio. Some lightning and some heavy rainfall, too. There have been the haves and have-nots today. The haves that have been soaked and the have-nots that have barely any rainfall today. And there's a wide range of rainfall totals out there. Some areas have picked up almost 3 to 4 inches of rain today. Other locations haven't had 3 to 4 drops of rainfall. And this time of year, that's the way this plays out with thunderstorms. Now, if you haven't had rain, there's still a chance for some storms as we go through the evening hours. If you've had a lot of rain today and you're waving the white flag and you don't want it anymore, there's still a little bit more out there to get through. Right now, it looks like most of the rain from here on out will likely be mainly east of I-65, except for that one cluster up towards Waynesboro, which may clip Pulaski and northern Lincoln County in Tennessee. But yeah, some real heavy rain, a lot of lightning, no real severe weather, but still scary for some of those big thunder boomers out there that we've had. I'm going to take the graphics full, and the reason why is because I got a lot to talk about today. See all the lightning strikes right by the V in Huntsville? That's that loud storm we just had. It was rocking. All right, let me fast forward. Let's go ahead. So there's that storm that was in Huntsville, now shifting east. So in the Moores Mill area along 72, up and over Chapman Mountain, some heavy rainfall, and it's mainly south of 72, so the Moontown area, Brownsboro, headed towards Gurley here shortly, extends all the way back into southeast Huntsville, where there's been a tremendous amount of rainfall today. North Huntsville, not that much. South Huntsville, a lot. It just goes to show you how close it can be with who gets soaked and who doesn't, right? So another pocket of some heavy rain moving through Harvest. Another one moving east of Athens along 72. That should clip northern Madison here shortly, Cliff Farm area. And more rain off to the south with some downpours in and around New Hope and Grant, getting some showers and storms. Not much in the way of any lightning strikes with that, just some solid rain. One area that got plenty of rain this morning was the Woodville area, especially Pleasant Groves. Some incredibly heavy rainfall. And in Jackson County, where it was a true soaker this morning for many locations, still some heavy rain and some lightning reported there north of Stevenson, moving towards Long Island and moving into far northeastern Alabama. And we'll continue to track storms through the evening hours. Severe weather is not expected, but a lot of heavy rain. Anything that pops is like an instant downpour. And speaking of heavy rainfall, there's been times at the Parkway in Huntsville on this camera, you can see a lot of spray with the cars. There's been ponding on the roads throughout the day. It's rained at the station most of the day. There was a little bit of a window around the noontime hour where it was dry, but it's been pretty persistent. And anytime it rains, it just comes down, like it pours. And there's no let up at all until the storm moves off to the east. So what I did was, since midnight, I wanted to show you where some of the heaviest of rainfall has come down. So what I did was I circled them. There was a nice little band of rain that moved through areas west into Florence, picked up about an inch, but the really gaudy totals are off to the east, and it truly is such a close call. I mean, parts of southeastern Huntsville have picked up over 3 to 4 inches of rain. Northwest Huntsville has had probably about 3/10 of rainfall. A little pocket of heavy rain also clipped Harvest this morning. And then there was some rainfall that was pretty heavy in the New Market area, and that moved into northeast Madison County. But Jackson County was by far some of the higher totals. In fact, a couple of you that I talked to on Facebook that live in the Scottsboro area, and you have your own weather gauges to watch how much rain falls in your own backyard, have picked up over 4 inches, 4.25, my buddy Mark. And he lives on the northwest side of Scottsboro. So, yeah, I mean, it's been feast or famine. And some areas have been really throttled with rain, others, not so much. Not much off to the west. You can see that there's just pretty much what's happening is what we got going on through the early evening. I think that by the time we get to 7, 8 o'clock, most of this rainfall shuts down and we're good to go and we dry out and we do it all over again tomorrow. If you haven't been outside yet today, I don't blame you. It is incredibly humid. The dew point temperatures, which is how we gauge how much humidity is in the air, don't look at relative humidity. That means nothing. You want to look at the dew point temperature. When it's in the 70s, especially upper 70s to near 80, that's pretty gross. And that's also why anything that pops rainfall-wise is an instant downpour because there's so much moisture in the air, and that humidity just fuels a heavy rainfall. Now, we caught a break on the temperatures today because of the clouds and the persistent rain across the area. Even if you didn't have any showers, you had a lot of cloud cover. That kept temperatures in the 80s. I dropped the high this morning because I thought 90 was a reach, and we ended up like 85, 86 in a lot of locations. So we caught a break from the heat today, but we certainly couldn't escape the humidity. It's a very tropical atmosphere outside. And those scattered storms will continue for a little bit longer. And then overnight tonight, 70s, very muggy. If you had rainfall today, we'll have to keep an eye on some fog tomorrow morning, and I'll be with you tracking that tomorrow morning because I'll be back in the morning as well. So there's your hour by hour. Not really, forecast models have really done a horrible job with watching and tracking the rainfall today. Like, it shows really nothing happening right now, and there's still some showers and storms, but I think as we go into the evening hours, whatever does fire up is gone, and by the time we get to 10:30, 11 o'clock, it's dry, midnight's dry, even into the morning tomorrow, just some fog to deal with, and then we pop some more storms on Sunday, and then we do it again on Monday, and then we transition from keeping an eye on rainfall to keeping an eye on more heat, humidity building back in for Wednesday through Friday. I think a lot of locations will have a chance to hit mid to upper 90s, and those feel like temperatures will be back up and over 105 because we'll have more sunshine, and the 20% will be a very, very slight chance of storms. So, all right. I have not looked at comments at all, and I apologize. Oh, there's not many. Good. D, what's up? I'm here for it, watching up north. Yep, good. You keep an eye on those storms, man. They're big-time rainmakers. They're going to soak you if you chase them. Probably not going to be very exciting to watch, though. But there'll be a lot of lightning, though. Hi, Karen. Thanks for the update. You're welcome. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you on. We just passed the station, waving hi. Hello, Sarah. I see you, sort of. I see you way out there. It's good stuff. So we have our typical, even though this morning we had an abbreviated morning show because it was golf coverage started at 6, so we only had 5 to 6 newscasts. And I stayed for Weather Extra 8:15. Our night newscasts are good to go, 5, 6, and 10, normal times. Nothing changed in there. No more sports to cover today. Though watching golf today was pretty awesome. They're so good. I'm still bad at golf. All right, so there's your 10-day. Focus on some rain. I got to update that too because I got to change it over to the PM 10-day forecast and get Saturday out of there. Because when you work nights and days, you use 2 different 10-day forecasts. I forgot to change it over, but I'll do that before I go to air, I promise. It doesn't take very long. All right, so I'm going to go all the way back. I'm going all the way back. Just bear with me, everybody. I'm going to put the radar up while I hang out with you for a little bit longer because I got to get ready for the 5 o'clock newscast. Oh, by the way, should be a solid rainbow alert here in Huntsville happening. Like, if you're in the Huntsville area, there it is. If you're in the Huntsville area, I would imagine there's a little sun trying to pop behind that one cell moving into the double L's in Huntsville. And as it moves to the east, pop a little sun, should get a decent rainbow somewhere. There was one last night at Toyota Field, very faint, but saw it right before the game, and it was really cool. There was a young lady that was working out in right field, and she's like, oh, a rainbow. And I said, oh, let me take a picture. And I posted it. It was really faint, though, but it was still there. And probably get a few rainbow looks tonight, especially because once the showers move east, it's a little bit of sunshine. So, oh, you're watching Wisconsin. I got you. My old stomping grounds. Oh, yeah. Are you chasing in Wisconsin? I missed that, D. I'm sorry about that. I didn't know. I'm up here. I'm here for watching up north. Oh, I got you. Yeah, there's some areas that are pretty, there's some big-time storms to the north up in the Great Lakes and stuff. That's where the most severe weather is happening today. For us, obviously scary, but with a lot of thunder and lightning, but nothing really widespread, any damage reports or anything like that. I got no reports of any kind of lightning strikes or anything like that either, which is good news. There was a lot of lightning with the storm, especially this morning. It was tremendous amounts of lightning with the storms. Skylar, hi, we got some big raindrops today here in Athens. Oh, that's great, Skylar. That's good. Yeah, try drying out right now, but yeah, I saw some rainfall falling in Athens too. Yeah, some heavy rain, mainly east of Athens, moving into like Harvest and New Market earlier this morning. Was tracking that here on the Weather Extra at 8:15. Oh, you know, okay, I got you, D. I got you. Sarah says, the sun seems to have popped out right now. We're actually sitting in the parking lot in front of Five Guys. Yeah, I think a little sunshine after that rain shower moves out. I mean, yesterday was really weird. Like at one point I was at my house, I took the dogs outside and we're outside and the sun's out. And I'm like, oh, shower moved east. And then I look at the radar and I'm like, nope, it's still here. And then sure enough, the sun is out, like full-fledged sunshine and full-fledged downpour at the same time. My dogs were like, what's going on? I'm trying to sit in the sun. Why am I getting wet? And hence there was some rainbow looks yesterday because we kept having that like sun shower activity going on. It was really, wow. The air mass is so heavy, and it's like this morning, I think a lot of times when the temperatures are only in the 70s through mid-morning, it's not as hot, right? So you go outside and you're like, it doesn't feel so bad, but it's still wicked humid. And this day is just disgusting outside. Like everything's damp and gross. It's just the icky stickies in full force. I mean, this time of year, you can actually have a little bit higher in the way of some humidity sometimes, where you go like 70s to near 80 degrees, especially if you live near a cornfield. But I mean, anytime, like think about this. If we were to go 70s to near 80 dew point and we had a high temperature of just like 93 today, it would have felt like 103, I think, 104. So the humidity obviously goes a long way to making it feel very uncomfortable. Lorianne Palmer, thank you. I appreciate that, and thank you for watching Weather Extra. I got time to kill before we go to air at 5. Might as well hang out and talk weather with you all. That's the radar. I'll put it back up again so you can see closer. Find your location. One area that really missed out on the rain today was the Albertville area back through Coleman, but now there's a solid shower and storm headed your way. I even talked about that on Weather Extra this morning. I said the one area that may miss out is the Albertville, Boaz, Sardis City area because I felt like the boundary was going to stay a bit more north, and it did. But it looks like one little shower and thunderstorm may actually brush the Albertville area here shortly. So there's even hope that you'll have some rain. If you're in Albertville and you want rainfall, that's your chance right there. It's lurking to your west by the A in Albertville. So Amy says, ready for winter. Got a long way to go. We'll get there eventually. I mean, yeah, I am watching. I did watch July Hallmark Christmas movies today or yesterday. They have Christmas in July and put me in the winter mode while I was watching them with all the fake snow and everything. And then I walked outside and I melted, literally, because it was so hot. Skylar, anything severe this afternoon? No, nothing severe. Less really loud thunder and lots of lightning and heavy rain are severe to you. But for some people, it's scary for sure, but nothing defined severe. Any kind of storm reports have been limited. Some reports of some trees down in Jackson County. But yeah, I mean, overall though, this isn't really a severe setup for us. That's more north up towards the Great Lakes. For us, it's just persistent downpours where some areas get drenched and other areas get nada. I think there was somebody though asking me this morning, they had plans in Harvest from 10 to 1. And they were asking me if it was going to rain at that time. And my crystal ball was not working at that point. But I said, I think in Harvest, you're going to catch a break between 10 and 1 o'clock. And, I watched the radar in Harvest because I was like, I got to get this right. And I think it was about 1:10. One of the downpours came into Harvest. And I was like, I think it worked out for her. I don't know, though. I'll probably never hear back. But it's all good. Courtney says, is Fife, Alabama in the clear, carrying the family to the dirt track? Yeah, I don't think you're clear in Fife from rainfall. There's certainly no severe weather, but there's still some showers and storms in the forecast through the evening. It's definitely not all clear. I mean, when you look at the radar, you can see that there's showers and thunderstorms just to your west, and they're moving towards you. I don't have this in motion. I should have had this in motion. But they're moving right towards you. So I would say not yet. There's still some rain, certainly, that could fall in the Fife area. And one of those downpours that's under this Scott in Scottsboro that's about to move towards Langston is going to be the one that clips you in Fife. And if it does hit you, it'll be shortly after 5, and it would be a downpour. And obviously, too, sometimes you get more development of rain off of these storms. get a little bit of the boundaries or the outflow boundaries from the storms can produce more rain, and some of the holes can fill in. So what I mean by that is if you're in Fife, where you see that storm in Scottsboro just south with the lightning, it may hook up with that Albertville one, and then might see a little bit more of a more distinct line of rain moving through like the Fort Payne, Fife, Sylvania area. But right now it looks like that first storm that's south of Scottsboro would be the one that would clip you. So I can't say you're out of the rain yet. Skyler says, that's good. I like thunderstorms as long as they're not severe with tornadoes or high winds above 40. Okay, that's a good thing, Skyler. We don't want to have severe weather like that. That's always bad, especially if you're a homeowner. Amy Seaton says, the more it rains, the more the grass grows, the more I have to mow, the hotter I get. Amy, yes, you are right on. I literally just mowed. Like, I had a window of opportunity. I've had so much rain at my house in July. I've had over 7 inches of rain at my house. And yes, I have a way to gauge it. And I can't stop the rain. I can't stop the rain. That's a Tina Turner song, right? Anyway, I can't stop the rain. It's just ridiculous right now. And I feel like I mowed I had a window on Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday I mowed. And then I look out the window this morning and I'm watching the rain come down. I look at the front yard and I'm like, you know what? I need to mow again. It's like Saturday. It's like 4 days later. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is terrible. You're right. And when I was mowing, I was sweating because it was so disgusting on Wednesday. It was like we had a weather alert for feel like temperatures over 106. It was horrible. And I'm out there mowing. Sarah says, hey, Mr. Jeff from Daniel, Hope, and Ezekiel. Everybody over at Five Guys eating some burgers. That sounds actually kind of good. I'm a little jelly. I'm not going to lie. That sounds good. I'm starving right now. I had a ham sandwich, and it just did not work. I'm so hungry. You're gonna hear my stomach growl on air. Skylar says, I got a friend that lives in Omaha, and she said it's been storming bad where she is. Yep, that's up in Nebraska and up in the northern plains and the Great Lakes. That is where most of the severe weather has been taking place. The really strong storms and severe weather has been today. For us, it's been just mainly rainfall. Though I have to tell you, some of that thunder that we just had here at the station, it caught everyone's attention. Tatiana, she's like, wow, that was kind of impressive. Yeah, it can definitely be scary. Hi, Heidi. She says, Jeff, I love rain. Saves me from spending money for my garden. Yes. I have not had to water the garden one time this summer. Like, it is every time. It just rains constantly at my house right now. I haven't put the hose on at all. I think I took the watering can out to one of my hanging plants, and that's it. One time, because it looked a little dry. And I don't know how, because it had poured the night before. But and another thing too, I was making jokes about this the other day, was I have had mushrooms growing in my garden all summer. Never have that happen in Alabama, right? And it was pretty crazy. So good times, good times. Skylar says, glad we're not getting anything severe. Me too, because that means I'd have to work a lot harder, and I don't want to work harder. I just want to forecast the rain. That's all I want to do, Skylar. All right, 4:49 is the time. I got to get ready for the 5 o'clock show, and I still have to build that 10-day forecast for the PM side because I'm still in AM mode. So bear with me for just a little bit while I go do that. I'm going to jump off here a little bit sooner than I normally do. Rainfall again, shower storms, kind of more like isolated more than scattered now, but got to keep an eye on that cluster up towards Pulaski. That may clip parts of Lincoln County. You got to keep an eye on that. That's probably like the potential to have maybe some wind gusts to 40 with that there. But most of the storms are just rainmakers, a lot of lightning, and they're all back off this evening, and it should come to an abrupt end, almost like turning off a switch off. And then we'll turn the switch back on tomorrow when we have more storms in the forecast. Timing of forecast for Sunday, most of the activity looks to be in the afternoon, but a few of the forecast models spitting out a few isolated showers and storms between about 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., but most of the activity should come in after about 2 p.m. And again, anything that falls tomorrow is another heavy rainmaker, or as I like to call them, gully washers. And impact your outdoor plans for sure. All right, we'll see you on at 5. Everybody have a fantastic night. And I will be not only on at 5 and 6 and 10 tonight, but I'll be back on tomorrow morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 5 a.m.